Hello, this is Maria from visasinportugal.com. Today again with another video, and today is Monday, so it's questions day. Today I'll bring you a video where I'm going to answer all your questions from the previous two videos of last week. We spoke last week about the D7 and the Golden Visa, so today I'm going to answer all the questions you asked me on email, on comments, and everything you ask me. I'm going to answer today. So if this is information that you like, hit subscribe, say you love it, and we go from there. Because you ask for it, I'm here for you. Let's do it. So I'm going to do a mix of questions, D7, Golden Visa, and all the questions you ask, even if it's not about those videos. Let's start. And there are so many, I'm going to be fast, okay? Can someone on a golden visa apply for permanent residency? Yes. In this case, would the PR, the permanent resident, still require you to spend 1 week a year, or still that requirement change? The main question is around how much time one has to spend on a PR in Portugal. That's a very good question. So permanent residency by law has no requirement of staying in the country. Of course, 1 week I wouldn't advise. Let's ask it like this. Are you asking me how long do I have to be in Portugal to maintain the permanent residency? Because that's one question. If you are asking me how long do I have to stay on permanent residency to obtain citizenship, that's another question. So if your goal is only to maintain permanent residency, you need to show that you maintain your ties to the community. You have property you own or not, or you rent property. If you're staying in a local renting or a hotel for 1 week, that will not secure your permanent residency. But yet again, remember, you don't have to renew it and submit any paperwork. The only thing you need to do is change it if you change the address and whatnot. But you have to have an address in Portugal associated to your permanent residency. An hotel address doesn't work, okay? If you want to apply for citizenship, regardless which visa you have, Golden Visa, D7, D8, D9, doesn't matter, D2, D1, you always have to show ties to the community. And 1 week in a hotel doesn't show any ties to the community. I hope I answer that. If I live and work in Germany for 5 years with my Portugal European long-term residency card, I guess you mean my Portuguese European long-term visa status, but I don't want German permanent residency. Can I still renew my Portugal for after those 5 years? Okay. No. So you were in Portugal, you had your residency permit in Portugal, and because you spent 5 years in Portugal, you decided to go and apply for European long-term visa status. That's what I'm understanding. Can you renew it after? You will renew it in the country where you spent the next years. That's why go check that video I did about European long-term visa status. I said if it was me, I would apply for both. Portuguese permanent residency and European long-term visa status. That way, if you want to renew it after 5 years in Portugal, you can. Okay? Excellent. Currently, it's almost impossible to get an appointment for a permanent residency application. That's true. It is difficult, but it's not impossible. Here at visasinportugal.com, we are getting those appointments. It's just you need to go to the right channels, okay? Who believes in the country that again they do change the time from 10 years to 15 years? I love these comments. Negativity is everywhere. Let me tell you like this. Remember those videos I did on crypto tips? That channel about crypto that I do a lot of interviews. And if you go back to those videos, I said, I don't believe they're going to change it to 10 years. Remember that? You can say, Maria, well, if you didn't believe it, they will change it for 10 years. You're not going to believe they'll change it for 15 and they'll still will. I don't think so. Ask me, why don't you ask me, Maria, why didn't you believe they would change it for 10 years? Let's put it this way. 2 years or 3 years before they change it for 10, they decreased the time. They said every baby that's born in Portugal from a parent who is immigrant legally in the country for 1 year is Portuguese. They were welcoming every immigrant. And all of a sudden, the parties changed. Why? Because they had an extreme right party in the country that had some votes and they had to please them. And that's why they did this. I don't believe they're going to do the 15 years. So how can the world trust the country? Well, you should. If you cannot trust this country, then this country is not the right one for you. But these comments really doesn't say much. And this is not really a question, is it? Just rhetorical. So just breathe. 3 in, 3 out, breathe. Okay? Love these videos. Permanent residency and citizenship is the same. End of story. No, it's not. Did I say that? Of course it's not. Passport is one thing, ID card is the other. But for my clients, they are looking for the same. They are seeking the same. They want to be in the country without having to renew it every year or every 2 years or every 3 years. So if that's the case, permanent residency and citizenship are the same, because the only thing they want is a residency card for a long period of time. That's what permanent residency gives them, and that's what I said. So let's contextualize, okay? And what are they going to do during 5 years while you are on PR? Well, they're going to enjoy the sun, enjoy the weather, enjoy the amazing quality of life of Portugal, and not stress, okay? I was tax paid 12, but I don't have file locked. What can I do? Do you have any idea or information? I was tax paid 12, but I don't. If you wrote this comment, can you elaborate so I can answer? I'm not understanding. I was tax paid 12, but I don't have file locked. What can I do? Do you mean that you have submitted your tax and you cannot find that file? Send us an email, visasinportugal.com. Explain me better and I will reply to you, okay? Of course. Your ideas are quite optimistic. That's me. The reality in the new law, which is without grandfathering ruling, is a big shame. The rules cannot be changed. The game going on. Hope this mistake will be recovered soon, because the country's reputation needs to be protected. Well, the country's reputation is very good. Thank you so much. And the rule for grandfathering is the same. So I don't know what you are referring. Maybe I'm not understanding. If you want, send me an email, elaborate more, and I can reply to you. Okay? I'm a golden visa applicant since 2024. Got my biometric in January. My family gets biometric appointment on March 2027. Still, I didn't get my card. Frustrating. Planning to withdraw my 2.5 to other place. Well, I wouldn't. If you applied since 2024 and you got your biometric, good for you. There's people waiting since 2021, which is a shame. Okay, your family has biometric appointment on March 2027. You can ask your attorney or contact us, and they can expedite that appointment to be sooner than March 2027. You are on a good path. Stick with it, and let's do it. Okay. D7 visa, who is it for? Did you check my video? The D7 visa, I explained, is for non-European citizens, non-Portuguese, from citizens from countries outside of Europe, okay? What is the minimum income required? According to law, 920 euros, which is the minimum wage. That's the minimum income required to show passive income every month, okay? And if you bring a spouse, adult, it's 50% of that amount. A children is 30%, okay? You also have to show savings. Yes, you do. Do I need a local bank account? Oh, you do. Oh, you must. And you need to show that that income, that passive income, reaches your Portuguese bank account every month for 3 months. You need to show 3 bank statements in Portugal. Is there a physical presence requirement? Well, when you apply, you need to be in person at the VFS, embassy, consulate. When you go to Portuguese AIMA to do the biometrics, you also need to be there in person. So yes, you need. Okay. What type of income qualifies? Retirement pensions, royalties, dividends, rental property income, social security, 401k. What is the accommodation requirement? Well, this is where it gets interesting. Nowadays, they require everything and more. So they want to see what? The rental receipts from your property that you're renting. If you own it, they need to see the possession, the property ID in your name. If you are renting, the receipts, the stamp tax paid, the contract, the landlord statement saying that you do live in that property, certified by an attorney or a notary. They want to see a statement from the municipality saying that you live there with 2 witnesses. They need to see that the landlord does own that property or is allowed to subrent it if that's not the case. Okay. Can I work freelance in Portugal? It depends on your residency permit. If it says that you are allowed to work, then of course you can work. If it doesn't, you cannot. But normally these 7s are allowed to work. How long can I stay outside of Portugal? You can only stay outside of Portugal 6 months in a row or 8 months with gaps. That's a maximum, okay? 6 consecutive months or 8 months with gaps. What is the application process? Well, you're going to apply from the country that you live in to an embassy, Portuguese consulate, or VFS if there's none of those. You are going to submit your application. You wait 60 working days. They will approve it. Of course they will. They're going to stamp a visa of 120 days with a link for your appointment at AIMA, where you are going to submit your biometrics, your fingerprints, your data, your picture. And at that AIMA appointment, you're going to submit all the documents again, and you're going to wait for your residency card at your home by postmail. Okay? Excellent. Another one, Portugal Golden Visa. Who is it for? Again, for those who are citizens of a country outside of Europe, outside of Portugal. The minimum investment is 250,000 euros that you can donate to the arts, donate to scientific research, donate to immigration associations. Be aware, those need to be certified and regulated by the government, so check that out. And of course, then you can do investments of 500k, okay? Do I need to live in Portugal? No. Unlike the D7, you only need to spend 14 days in Portugal in the first year, okay? So for every 2-year period, 14 days. Can I work with the D9? No, this is not about the Golden Visa. The D9 is a working remotely. You can work with that one. Can family members be included in the Golden Visa? Yes, in the application. You can bring the whole family in the application. What are the main investment routes? Investment funds, research and development, arts and culture, business and employment. Check that video I've done last week. Check the Golden Visa video. Are there taxes to pay on the investment? Depending. You can be a Golden Visa holding a residency card and not be a taxpayer of Portugal. You can be a taxpayer in another country, so you're going to pay those taxes in another country on your investment. Depends on the country that you are a tax resident, okay? So, if you have more questions, put them in the comments. I will reply to them. If you have other videos you want me to do, let me know and I will do it as well. I hope you enjoyed and I hope I helped. See you next time. Bye.